Welcome to the house that Rockne built. Leahy turned into legacy. Parsegian renovated and Holtz restored. Notre Dame Stadium, the home of the Fighting Irish. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. As we'll see a squad from the MAC, the Western Michigan Broncos, taking on the winners of 10 straight, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. Notre Dame looking for a strong kick to get this one underway. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner will be dragged down. So Western Michigan's will be in a hole thanks to that short return. And as the game evolves into an aerial circus, sometimes you find a superstar running back like this guy.
And when you got this guy, you ride this guy. You give him the ball, you run the football, you find ways to continue to feed him because he just gets stronger and better as the game goes on.
And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. The RPO, fire complete to the left. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short game there.
Offenses don't like being in these situations. They don't like having little success on first and second down because now you know I got to pass the football. I got to air it out. It makes me really predictable. So let's make sure you take care of the football and find those plays you really like.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Davis looking to pass. And a missed opportunity on third down as the defense knocks it free, and fourth down is coming up. And the Broncos will bring the punt team onto the field. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. He gets a block. He'll get it up to about the 44-yard line before they slam the brakes on him. So Notre Dame's offense has its first opportunity of the day. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
A great job by the defense, seeing it right away, reacting to the screen, going and getting the football, and getting the fast playmaker on the ground.
Kept it on the ground on first down, now back to the line. It'll be a draw. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Offensive linemen love when you sneak in draws, when you sneak in screens. It holds these defensive linemen accountable. You want to rush the quarterback, you want to fly upfield every single play, we'll sneak right behind you and get some yardage.
They'll snap it from the 48 on third and short. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down.
And listen, the offensive line has to do their job, but a really good job by the running back, understanding where his hole is. Go hit it, get the first down, don't mess around. Nice job following his hole and getting positive yards.
Notre Dame ready to go with another first down. To the air, it's Chubb. Gets it out quickly.
Well, you can tell those two have been practicing the out route all off-season long. They look like they could have completed that in their sleep.
Completion a little short of the sticks. It's second down. He's looking to throw. He'll pull it down and run. Nice job of avoiding the sack and picking up a few on the run.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't get the sack, obviously. You don't get the negative play, but you also don't give up a big one. You're feeling pretty good about where you are right now in this drive.
They'll try to run for it. He'll come through on third downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
This offense knew coming into this one, guys, how important it was to start early. And on this opening drive for them, they're doing a nice job running the football. They're on third down. They're in a position on the field now. If you're on defense, you got to be ready for a shot throw into the end zone.
Notre Dame ready to go back to work with another first down. They're going to ride this running back. He will step out of bounds, but not before the big pickup and a first down for this offense.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
Notre Dame has it now, first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Dragged down at the 6 after a pickup of 2. Now the offense tries to punch it in on second and goal. Wide receiver coming across in motion. He'll take it himself. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
And that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase it. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Irish!
The offense goes as he goes, so really no surprise on the opening drive. They keep feeding him the football. He showed you all of his ability on that TV.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. They went 54 yards on that last touchdown drive. It was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. Okay, so here comes the offense returning to the field. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot, and you got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable, that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on the field.
The roar of the crowd trying to fuel this defense to keep them pinned in their own end. A strong tackle and wrap-up from the junior.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world, so he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
Got his man downfield. And he's running in the open. He's at the 30. Just like that, a huge gain, and they've got it inside the 10. They'll mark it at the 8.
I know it's early in the game, but defensively after that play, you know you have to tackle the catch. When this guy gets the ball in his hands, he is so dangerous after the fact. So it's okay for him to make catches. Just got to get him to the ground quickly.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Broncos. 1-step wrap, 2-step squeeze. See what you hit what you see, bring your feet. Yeah, none of that happened.
Yeah, those are all great things to keep in mind, but you're also trying to tackle another grown man against his will and get him on the ground. And by the way, he wasn't having it.
PAT unit on the field. Smashes it through for the PAT. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, a little update on what else is happening in college football this weekend. Georgia Tech has the lead right now, but if this team has taught us anything over the years, it's that no lead is safe inside Bobby Dodd Stadium. They're up by 7 over Clemson. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Leaves it with the back. Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
I like this guy as a running back because he can run between the tackles and he can also go outside. He can really do it all.
Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Quick completion to the right. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a 1st down. That was a really nice catch and an even better run after the grab.
And get that ball to your playmaker. What's good about having him in the slot is he can go either direction. You can get him matched up on somebody that's not as fast, and you watch, he can run away from those linebackers or safeties.
Here's a quick throw out to the left. They make the stop if this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. The give to the tailback. And a short gain on this run, and that will bring us to the end of the 1st. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. We've got a good one going here and looking forward to keeping those vibes going here in the 2nd quarter. 2nd down now as they're ready to go back to work. Just feeds the running back. And he gets it out past the sticks, and Notre Dame will have a 1st down.
Nice run there. Doesn't it just feel like Notre Dame football when you see that, too? You know, you got touchdown Jesus looking down, and one thing Notre Dame has always seemed to have is big uglies up front, guys pushing the pile, NFL talent on this offensive line, just having their way, making life easy for these running backs. It is a beautiful thing to see.
Nice job by the QB, sitting back in the pocket. You can tell he wants to throw the football, go through his progressions. Nothing home, take off, and slide. I love the slide at the end. Don't take a big shot.
Line getting set on 2nd down. To the ground with the back. And that'll be enough to give Notre Dame a 1st down. That offensive line is putting those golden domes on the defense and starting to move the ball on the ground.
And we can go back so many years. And the coaches may change, but the brand of Notre Dame is what it is. They're going to be physical. They're going to run the football. That's who they are, and that's how they're built.
They'll switch it up by that defense, just a short pickup.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage. They're not covering man-to-man. Find a little hole. Look at that QB. Y'all get on the same page. You could tell they were, and that's why they got the first down.
They'll try the right side. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that's a great play by... The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse Reese. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
From here, it would just be a 30-yard field goal try. Let's see how aggressive they're going to be to try to pick up that first down. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down.
And the defense has to be kicking themselves for allowing a first down there. You're just maybe going to give them a few yards and let them set up for a field goal. Instead, you let them... And now they're knocking on your door, 1st and goal.
On 1st and goal, Notre Dame will try to get it in the end zone. They'll try to get it in with the run. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Notre Dame!
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back. Knowing if they get down into this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the PAT gives them a 14-7 lead. 75 yards on the touchdown drive. And the camera on that drive, the 10-yard touchdown run.
Return goes out of bounds.
Guys, we're about to get another look at this Western Michigan offense. After standing on the sideline and watching that long touchdown drive, they really need to put something together to give their defense a rest.
And that's a real thing, man. Like, you played a lot of plays, you get worn out. You need a chance to go decompress on the sideline, get some oxygen. Palmer, now it's on this offense.
Yeah, this is the definition of complementary football because it's a 2-pronged problem. You've got to score points and answer, but you've also got to take your time and give your defense an opportunity to get their win.
Handoff from the gun. Fights off a defender. Defense there to stop him after a 2-yard gain to the 31.
And a nice second effort by the back to break a tackle. But how about those defensive backs willing to come up, stick their face in the fan, and make a tackle?
Those are the best run defenses, too, right? It's not just D linemen and linebackers getting all the plays, but it's DBs that are willing to not just cover, but tackle backs in the open.
Fires a bullet. Now it's picked off. Got room on the return. Inside the 10. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Look, a lot of time left. There's a little bit of distance right now being put on the score.
There is, but it's so awesome when you're a defense and you study all week about what's coming and what routes to be ready for, and then you jump the route and you make the plays and you just go get in that end zone. It is so beautiful.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They'll kick it off and send that defense right back out there to try to score again after the pick 6. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Western Michigan offense ready to go back to work. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good...
Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. That football must be riveted to your rib cage. How can you let it go? At least they fell on it.
Great job by the defense, forcing the fumble, but bad, unfortunate bounce, and the offense pounces back on it.
Just got one on that last run, now 2nd and 9 from their own 26. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
This is obviously not a great start for this quarterback here. 2 interceptions already in this game. He's got to do a much better job with his decision.
Here come the Irish, back on offense. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute, David.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
And the defense snows him under after a very short game.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, 3rd, 4th quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
after picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. They go right back to him. Runs through the tackle. He's now up to 70 yards rushing, and he is a virtual lock to have a 1,200-yard season. They're looking at a 3rd down and short from the 33. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
They just need a few more inches here on 4th down, and they'll try to get it with the offense. Try to get it on the ground. How about that defense rising up and stopping him short on 4th down? Western Michigan has it back as they send the offense onto the field. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. Timeout called here by the defense. It's their first of the half. First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. From the gun, the ground game. Stopped at the 44, but he got 10 on the play. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. From the 44-yard line, the offense snaps it on first down. He wants to throw. Makes the catch along the sidelines and steps out of bounds.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football. You can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on it.
It's now 2nd down after the short completion. Davis will throw. Completed pass, it goes nowhere. In fact, they lose yardage.
That's when I think if the running back could have over, he would just let that ball sail out of bounds incomplete. Because he made the catch, but lost yards because of it. It wasn't an accurate throw. He'll know next time to just let that ball go.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. He's right on target. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down.
Well, look, that wasn't a touchdown, but that was a massive play for this offense. They needed some momentum. They needed to find a rhythm, and what better way than converting on 3rd down. Awesome job by the quarterback getting through his progression.
And the pressure gets to him. Down goes the quarterback. Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line warp speed for 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He's got his man. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this 3rd down play. Clock running. Pressure coming. And the defense gets to the quarterback. The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together.
Pretty nice as a defense, right? When you can go nickel, put 5 DBs on the field and not have to blitz anyone, trusting your front 4 to get the job done on 3rd down, and they do it right there, getting the sack.
Able to keep them from getting a return, and the ball goes out of bounds. They're going to mark it right around the 20. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They've got it back after that last drive stalled out, and they were stopped on 4th down, David.
Yeah, and they put a little bit of a drive together, but Jesse, they stalled on the other side of the field. They got to find a way to keep that momentum going as they get closer to the end zone.
I agree. I do like their mindset, though, and I think they need to continue being...
Got a lot of running room. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a first down.
Yeah, way to be creative, way to get the ball on the perimeter really quickly, get some speed outside. All you got to do is secure that edge, and you're just trying to get that first down. Nice job, nice play call by the offense.
One big play to get it up near midfield. Now they're in business at the 47. He's looking to throw it. Feeling the heat as he lets it go. And he hauls it in inside the 30. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25. What a nice job just finding a spot downfield and lofting it in there perfectly.
And you see quarterbacks and receivers do that all the time, right? All summer, throwing the ball in the air, throwing the ball in the air. Why? Because I know exactly where he's going to be right when I get my back foot in the ground to throw the football. You can tell he knew exactly how much touch to put on that ball to make a big play down the field.
Running behind that left side. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground.
You know, I think a big part of this isn't necessarily scoring a touchdown on that play, but you're just trying to get your offensive line in the rhythm of the game. Let those big fellas get lathered up.
Let's see what they've dialed up on 3rd and long from the 22. Dropping back, it's Chubb. They'll run the screen. Headed to the end zone. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Quick strike complete. And the defense doesn't let him get loose, and that's going to wrap things up here in the half. They'll try it again from the 1 on 2nd and goal. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, looks like we've got a great one in South Bend going on. And it'd be easy to say these two offenses are glad we've hit halftime based on their respective performances. It would also be accurate. Turnovers and sacks have told the story so far. And you gotta believe the play calling has been the issue, right? Time to shred those game plans and just get back to basics. With that said, let's send it back to the fellas there in the shadows of touchdown Jesus.
All right, Kevin, about ready to start the second half here. The Broncos will kick it away to start the second half. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll bring it back. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. Here come the Irish back on offense. If it's working, why change it? And that running game was working in the first half. I imagine we'll see a lot more of it here in the third quarter.
And you just know the offensive line was telling their coordinator, put this on us. Let us continue to go out there, push these guys around. We can put this game on our back and end this thing by running the ball.
And this is a manhood question for this defense. Like, as a defensive lineman, and you're pounding the rock, like, I got to physically rise to this challenge. This defense has to play more inspired and more physical in the second half.
First down here for the offense. They go to the counter. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28. This offense has a second down play. They'll try the run. Still running at the 40. Oh, look out, there he goes. He's up to 113 yards on the ground, and just another day at the office for the national leader in rushing.
I love that play call. This offense is going to run the football. They're not just going to do it between the tackles, but they're going to attack you outside. You saw that with that handoff. They get to the right. They get him in space using his speed. Good play call.
So that big play changes the complexion of things. It's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Back to throw, it's Chubb. Gets it out fast. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a 1st down.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has, how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. We just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their...
Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Irish. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Eastern Michigan is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe they can't pull this off. They're trailing by just 4 to Buffalo. We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. Looking left. Makes a connection. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
When you're going to run a comeback route, you've got to sell like you're going deep, and that was a great job there by the receiver, really making that corner think he was running deep down the field. So he got the corner to turn his hips, turn his shoulders, and then the receiver was able to just pivot around and make it an easy pass and catch.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get 1st downs, and ultimately get some points.
They give it to him again. Slammed to the ground, but not before he gets the 1st down.
This offense has to get this guy the ball in as many ways as possible. He showed you all of his tools on that last play.
And the Broncos have it with a 1st and 10. The give from the gun. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
All season long, we've been watching this defense dominate against the run. They're the #1 rush defense in the entire country. With a big lead in this game, you cannot run the ball and expect to win and get back in it.
From the gun. Give on the inside. Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run.
It's a draw. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
And it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot, and this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Palmer. They've done what they wanted in the 1st half and starting off the 2nd half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. And an empty backfield here on 2nd and short. Holds and fires complete to the right. Turns it on in midfield. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground with the 41.
And as a defense, how scary is it having to defend this guy? He's one of the fastest players in America, and you saw it on that last play. It's not necessarily throwing him the ball over your head. They just get it to him quickly. The hard part now is running and tackling that guy. Not easy to do.
Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back.
False start. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. After the 5-yard step off, 1st and 15 for this offense. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
You want to talk about making it easy for an offensive coordinator. You pick up a bunch of yards on first down, make that second down really, really manageable. That's a great job by the offense.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. Quarterback will audible. To the air. It's Chubb. Quick completion on the out.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
A 3rd down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. They'll try to run for it. Shakes off the tackler.
Yeah, and this offense doing more of what they do. This is the #1 offense in the country in first down. They find a way to continue to move the football, run, pass, so much balance. This offense is so good.
This Notre Dame offense carving it up. They're working with another 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35.
Those play-action passes take a little bit longer to develop, right? Because you still have the fake, and then the quarterback turns his back to the defense, has to reset. You got to protect him a little bit better than that, or the fake's got to be a lot better.
They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a 1st down. They run into a bit of trouble here. 3rd and long from the 25, and the last thing they want is to get knocked out of field goal range. Grab behind the line. It's Wilkins. And they do a really good job. Not as easy as it looks to get those blocks. And he picks up the 1st down.
Well, offensive coordinators put in countless hours every week trying to formate and use different personnel groupings and shifts and motions to give their offense a success on 3rd down. You can tell in this game, this offensive coordinator, he has put in the work this week.
The give to the back. Plows ahead for a pickup of 4 down to the 14.
Brings up 2nd down.
Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. The give to the back. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the 1st down.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the 1st down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the 1st down mark.
Guys, we've come to the end of the quarter, and Notre Dame has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. As we start the fourth quarter, it'll take a pretty sizable comeback to win this one. They'll try to open the quarter by cashing in on this big opportunity deep in the red zone. Just going to keep it after the snap. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
As a quarterback, you've got to know in this area of the field, it's tough to throw, right? The windows, they open and close so quickly when you get down to the red zone. What helps you is running the football, but that's tough today because you're going up against one of the top 25 defenses stopping the run.
He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of pay dirt.
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just finds his way into the end zone, and this is a golden opportunity to put 6 up on the board with that guy in your backfield.
Trying to pound their way in. That just never had a chance as they controlled the middle of the field and stopped him in the backfield on third down. And the offense doesn't bat an eye. They'll stay on the field and try to score from the 1 on fourth down. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And the stomping has commenced. That's what finishing the deal looks like. Build the lead in the fourth quarter and close in on 11 straight victories.
And how about make no mistake about it? Line up, bring in the big boys. You know, you probably have a good idea of what I'm trying to accomplish. Fourth down situation, and the offense comes through playing with a little physicality, a little muscle.
And the extra point sails through, and they have a 35-7 lead. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring a touchdown. He'll start the return inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Guys, we're about to get another look at this Western Michigan offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Looking to go up top on first down. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas. And that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the fourth quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
They'll try to put it in drive this time on second down from the 22. Davis looking to pass. He's got his man. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground cover to pick up the first.
And I don't like the play call, guys. Screen pass at this point of the game against the defense playing big zones, prevent, trying to keep the ball in front. It's just not going to work. You've got to take shots offensively.
Quickly complete. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop.
Well, and here's the problem offensively. Because you're trailing by so much so late in the game, the defense now is going to be playing big zone coverages, and they're going to allow you to throw the ball underneath in the middle of the field, rally to make a tackle, and bleed the clock. It's going to be...
And they get to him and sack the quarterback, and they'll stop the drive on downs.
He had nowhere to go with the football. You could tell, surveying the field, somebody's got to get open to go make a play. Man, throw it up, run it, do something. Fourth down, you got to give somebody an opportunity to make a play for them.
Here come the Irish back on offense. There have been few obstacles for this offense as they are starting to pull away here in the second half, Jesse.
And this has been a dream game for this play caller, too, right? It's like anything that he's calling is working flawlessly.
Yeah, it's fun to be the offensive coordinator, but not the defensive coordinator. They have had no answers. It's been an absolutely miserable day trying to solve the riddle of this offense.
Notre Dame has it now, 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He works his way all the way down to the 3, and the defense is reeling.
In situations like this, offensively, when you got the lead in the 4th quarter, when you got to run the ball, you go back to the runs that you have the most confidence in, that you can execute in your sleep, and they do it right there, ripping off 7 yards.
They've got it down to the 3. Now it's 2nd and goal. He'll run it to the right here and try to get it into the end zone. Touchdown, Fighting Irish! And the beatdown has ensued. You can see it on the sideline. They built a comfortable 4th quarter lead, and they know they're going to go 11-0.
Man, this has been a complete performance. The defense has been lights out, and the offense, obviously, just continues to pour it on. This is what you call having a great day. Putting it all together, offense, defense, complementary football.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Eastern Michigan is down big on the scoreboard, and for a program that traditionally struggles to score, I think we know where this one is headed. They're trailing by 14 to Buffalo. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Davis looking to pass. Firing to the right, complete. They make the stop, but the sweet rolling catch is plenty to give them a 1st down. New set of downs after that completion. They'll throw it on 1st down. And the freshman will chalk up a sack.
We've seen throughout the course of the season, defenses have had their hands full with this quarterback. He's simply one of the best in the country. But what can you say about this defense here today? They have gotten after him, registering multiple sacks, and they've never let him get into a rhythm.
What can they pull out of the playbook here on 2nd and long from the 17? He's looking to throw. Got his man down the middle. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
And that was a nice throw by the QB. When you see that drag route coming across the field, how about putting the ball right on his numbers? Not high, not low, where he has to stop his momentum. Right on the numbers.
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Catch inside the 30 and still running. I'm sorry you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous parting gift, a late touchdown. This game is almost certainly decided already, but the good news is for the next game, guys still flying around, still playing hard, not really hanging their heads.
Long season. This is early in the season. Still got plenty of time. Still find out which plays you like, which you don't, and keep running them, keep getting better at them. So use this as practice.
Getting set for the point after. Splits the uprights. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And the points come in a lightning strike, a 70-yard touchdown pass. Just about set to kick it away. Fair catch, called for and made. Notre Dame has the ball and ready to get moving. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they've wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
They keep it on the ground. Clock is their friend. They knock him down after he picks up 5 out to the 34.
I think you run that play so you stay out of 3rd and long. 3rd and long is not where an offense ever wants to thrive. 3rd and medium, hey, I'm good with that. So you run that play to make sure you're set up for a good 3rd down.
On 3rd and short, the run and looking for the first down. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course, this team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game, running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
Notre Dame coming to the line with another first down. Wide receiver shows motion. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line.
And there's nothing more frustrating than when you get late in the game and you know they're running the football and you don't stop them. It's been that kind of day for this defense. They haven't played well. They're going to have to go to the well. They're going to have to figure some things out. Practice this week, I can promise you, will not be a lot of fun with these coaches.
The offense showing motion from the tight end, trying to get a read on the D. Give to the running back. Dragged down at the 43, but it's a pickup of 10 on that one.
Offense has a huge lead right now in the 4th quarter, and they're just going to run this football to try to ice the game, being more dominant, being more physical at the point of attack.
Johnson looking to throw. Lets it fly deep downfield. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score.
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but this living
unleashes one deep. Touchdown, Irish! And the pummeling has started. That's what finishing the deal looks like. Build the lead in the 4th quarter and close in on 11 straight victories.
And you knew this one was over already, but how about an exclamation point to go with it? Another score for this offense. They've had themselves a great day, and the stats just continue to pile up.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And they close the deal from 43 yards out with a touchdown pass. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Western Michigan offense ready to go back to work. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown. Dominated from the start, Jesse, to almost the finish now. They have done nothing right.
Everyone's going to have a real hard look at themselves, I think, this week after watching the film and in practice. And they just got to take accountability. They have to understand, man for man in this offense, they've got to do it.
And that is interception number 3 on the day. He would have loved to make the big return there, but he still gives his team the ball at the 37.
Nice job by this defense. That might be the exclamation point. Fourth quarter, I got a lead. You bring on the nickel defense. You know they're passing the football for plays just like that to make the INT and almost put this one away.
The offense gets the timeout. 12 ticks left on the clock.
Timeout, Notre Dame.
Looking for a productive play on first down. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quarterback touch pass on the jet sweep. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
Game on the play. Brings up secondary.
Just complete and utter dominance in this one. Outplayed their opponent and took care of business.
Yeah, total domination in all three phases of the game. Offense, defense, and special teams. This team came ready to play, and man, it was pedal to the metal right from the opening kickoff.
And that's how you like it. Forget the close games, forget the heartbreakers, this play could decide it. Just frying pan meet face, ball game over.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team, I'm Reese Davis. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.